the country back and undermining the gains made through democratic processes. The National Freedom Party are of the opinion that systems in our country are not tough enough to deal with crime. The party believes that bringing back the death penalty would help reduce crime. In studio with me, I've got Ericson Zungu, who is an MP in the KZN legislature and a member of the working committee for NFP, and he's here to discuss this exact issue. Thank you for being with us. Thanks for being our guest on the program.
Thank you, Leanne. Thanks for having me here in your studio. Good morning to the viewers at home.
In a nutshell, you would like to see the death penalty being brought back into the South African justice system?
In fact, what we're saying as the NFP, we say let the people of this country talk about that. In fact, we are pleading that the ruling party must have the referendum. Let the people of this country talk, because we feel as a party that enough is enough now, because the crime is so rife in our country.
Okay, so a referendum is what you're calling for, to find out the true representation, because there's always a divided conversation among South Africans. Yes, we should. No, we shouldn't. So you're saying, let's have a referendum and let's see what South Africans are really saying.
Absolutely, because we strongly feel that actually our justice system is not doing enough. And so because of that, our people are dying every day. When you look at the statistics that was issued by the National Minister of Police, that is very shocking, because it just sends a message that there is still a lot to be done. So we just feel in order for the people of this country to live safely, then the referendum should be made so that the people can tell us. Because we as politicians, sometimes we are protected 24/7. But the people that are vulnerable are the masses down there. They are the ones that are the victims of this situation. So this is why we say, but after we have exhausted all the investigations, because we say we need not to be reckless about that. So there are cases that we say we really feel that, if the death penalty can be imposed on, then I think the justice will be done. But we're saying that knowing that there is still a lot to be done, because that has got to do as well with the amendment of the constitution of the country.
Yeah. A lot of people would feel that this is a reversal of the gains of democracy. Are you not in that school of thought?
No, we don't really feel that, because so if we are worried about the people that votes us as politicians, because you find that the people that are insisting that the death penalty will be like an apartheid in reverse, it is only us, the politicians, because we are protected, as we are saying. So, I mean, what do you call that in our beautiful country like South Africa, then you should stay indoor and make sure that your doors are locked, your gate and everything. Are we free? We're not free enough. So, but having said that, so we're saying the people are the one that suffers the most. Hence, we say a referendum must be made.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of people that would argue against it, and I'm trying to be the voice of the people that are against it.
Beautiful.
We look at so many factors that are responsible for the high crime rate in South Africa, and it is a terribly high crime rate. I've been affected by it. In fact, everybody I know almost has been affected by it. Crime statistics in South Africa show that people under the age of 17 were responsible for a lot of the crimes. Do you really think bringing the death penalty to people under the age of 17? Surely there's bigger things at play here. On behalf of the NFP, so as we say that the referendum need to be made, so we're saying that knowing very well that the people that are actively involved in crime is, our youth, as you say. But amongst other things, what perpetrates that, it is because of the drugs. Because, I mean, as we were just visiting the school in the first week of the opening of the schools, I mean, there were so many cases reported whereby children will come to school having, drugs in their bags, not just ending there, but, taking drugs. Now, what society are we building if we allow such things? So we know that perhaps this is a bitter pill to swallow. But hence we say, let the people talk. Let us debate about it. Let us debate vigorously about it, because we feel that perhaps people will come into their senses and say, indeed, enough is enough.
Yeah.
So this is why we're saying that, because we don't just say that penalty must be reintroduced, but we say let the referendum be made. Let the people of this country, let the masses, the over 50 million people
decide what we should do.
Yes.
I mean, is there a country that you can cite that has had a high crime rate, has brought the death penalty in, and we've seen it go down? I mean, countries are moving away from the death penalty now.
Fully agree, but actually, so I mean, the countries that have introduced death penalty, actually, so when you check their crime rate, you will find that the rates are very low, because our intention is to see the people of this country living freely in their household, living freely in roads everywhere, because the crime is so rife in this country. This is the only reason why we say that, because it just means that we're not caring for the people, that they vote us when we ask for them to vote us, if we do not say something about it. Let them talk.
Ericson, we've got to leave it there. Ericson Zungu opening up this conversation about the death penalty. Should it be reintroduced in South Africa to bring the high levels of crime down? NFP portfolio member of Community and Safety Liaison, thank you for talking to us. And I'm sure it's not the last time we'll be talking to you about
Thank
this.
you very much,
Thank
Leanne.
you.
Thanks for having me. Thank you
It's
very much.
very quick.